Hey there, I'm Iris, and Deltarune Chapter 5 came out a bit ago, so I thought I'd make a video on it to go over some of my thoughts. This is hopefully going to be more of a linearly structured video. Last year I made a video about Chapters 3 and 4 when those came out, and I feel like that was a little bit all over the place, because I had 2 chapters of content to go over in my head, but here there's just one. So hopefully this is a cleaner video than that one was. I'm also going to be doing a couple quick rankings throughout this, just because I think it's probably going to be a fun thing to do, maybe. Also, I'm going to avoid any deep, in-depth theory talk, mostly because I have a different video idea that could be better for that, so you'll see if that ends up happening. Starting off, basically the morning after, well, not basically, the morning after Chapter 4, and seeing Chris just, climb through the window, pale as fuck, which I didn't even notice until it was pointed out to me, after the fact. Not even, directly, I just saw other people talking about it. That's scary. I guess that, it's there's no reason for them to be pale in those sprites other than they are pale. So that kind of confirms the theory that they can't go without the soul for too long, which I thinking about it more, I guess we technically knew that because of the dialogue in Chapter 4 from the phone, where it's without the soul, Chris will ... So kind of assumed, but this, is throwing more into that. That entire opening early morning segment was weirdly beautiful. This game just looks better every chapter, and I don't know, it's really cool to see, I think. Getting to Castletown, and then there's a weird glitch where if you don't banish the Titan spawn at the end of Chapter 4, Jackenstein won't show up in Castletown, and I thought that was a plot beat, because he talks about, only coming out on festival night. So I thought, oh, he's not here because he's needed for the festival. But it turns out it is a glitch where, I don't know the actual terms that are used, but the trigger for Jackenstein to basically be seen as dead by the game can be triggered after that moment where he would die. Which is odd. I think if it was intentional, it could be a really interesting thing to talk about, how, choosing violence against the Titan spawn is, still potentially wrong, and we could, figure out more about why. And, also, there's the meta-narrative potential of that as well. But it's almost certainly a bug, simply because that flag can only be set incorrectly after the cutscene where Jack would die, because you only fight the Titan spawn. Yep, you only fight the Titan spawn after that happens. So it is kind of annoying. Hopefully that gets patched out, and in a way that affects it retroactively. But if not, I guess I'm gonna replay the chapter. But I don't mind. As you can see in the title, and I'm going to be saying it a lot throughout the rest of the video, this is my favorite chapter, so I guess I won't mind, but it is kind of an annoying bug. There's a bunch of fun stuff in Castletown. Ford Sanctuary? Sure. Whatever. I wish we got a couple more stuff for the rhythm game instead of just a joke track, but it's whatever. It's a good bit. There's also the Trashy Trio. That's a really fun gimmick fight. And then with story stuff that happens there, you know, realizing that Susie stayed the night there is definitely very heartbreaking, and, you know, we'll get to that when it becomes relevant again later. And then, you know, we help her get ready for the festival, and it's all really cute, and I really liked that sequence. Also, while we're on the topic of Castletown, like a residence and bits and such, there's so much Starwalker this chapter. I'm happy about that. I fucking love Starwalker. It's always an amazing bit. I'm just surprised there's so much of them. And I'm also just so happy. But also surprised, like, it's Starwalker. This is a wonderful gift. And, once again, this is the best chapter. It was made specifically for me. I'll also use Castletown as an excuse to talk about this. There's, like, this weird, super secret, like, kicky room or something, and just so many other weird, like, infeasible, like, nobody's gonna find this normally, probably, secrets throughout the chapter. And on one hand, I wanna go, haha, yeah, that's awesome. But on the other hand, it's a little annoying that there are so many when the time and effort that could go into those could go into having more localizations of the game available. I will admit I'm maybe not the best person to talk about this situation. I'm a white American who only speaks English. And then there's the potential of me maybe coming off as hypocritical, because at this point I don't even know if I'm gonna finish my own game, let alone get it localized. But I feel like this is an important thing to talk about regardless. On one hand, I do have a lot of respect for artistic intent, and I don't necessarily think anyone is obligated to have their stuff translated, but there is such a large demand for this game, for both this and Undertale, to be in more than just English and Japanese, and almost certainly the resources available to do it. So I think it is odd that there's just nothing. And I feel like the fan translation argument is maybe a little bit weak as well, because a team of translators, like professional translators, is gonna be more trustworthy than probably like a couple people doing it, you know? I don't know. It's odd. The whole thing is just odd, and I don't think I have any place to have a take on it other than that. Although I feel that the fan base getting weirdly racist whenever it's brought up maybe says something. But again, I don't know. My take on this situation is not the best one to hear, so I don't know. I just felt like it needs to be talked about because it's odd. The festival itself was really nice, really fun. A lot of just really cute moments, and funny bits, which was awesome. We got Susie and Noelle being gay. We got the explanation for the card with the drawing in Sans' room, or the lab, or the whatever. That was, I can't believe we got that. What? Okay. We see Rudy up on a ladder, which was very scary. Surely nothing bad happens. And then normal NPC killed Onion-san and is feeding them to the town, I guess? Okay. Then we get the bit by the lake, which was just adorable. It was also really scary because of the Smile ARG sending out an email to people who answered the lake to where would it happen, or where will it take place. Sending back that was the correct answer, and that there was an image, and I was terrified. I was so scared. And like, on the normal route, it's still a little bittersweet. We get just a great moment with Susie and Noelle, where I was definitely tearing up, struggling a bit to to read all that dialogue during my stream, because it was just so sweet and nice and cute. I'm quite fond of the gay people. But then we find out Rudy fell down, which there is the double entendre there with the usage of fallen down in Undertale, where monsters go into something of like a comatose state before eventually dying, which is definitely a little bit worrying. Rudy might be dead soon, and that's fucked. So the cute moment is broken up, and then we get the bit leading to the dark world. And the dark world for this chapter is just incredible. We do, at the very start of it, get Flowery, who is the character of all time. His intro cutscene had me in shock, because of course it did. What happened? I still don't understand what happened. And then Flowery as a character, I hate him. I hate him so much. He's awesome. He has ruined my vocabulary. His theme rips, but we'll get to that. He falls into the category of character where I hate him, but I also love him, but I hate him. And there's a bunch of interesting stuff done with his dynamic with Asgore and also Ralsei, who is just a hater this chapter, and I love it. We really get to see them show like such a volatile emotion that we haven't really seen up until this point. But I suppose this is the inferno of jealousy, you know? I really love the way the Dark World, once you really get into it, starts off as like such a so clearly derivative of chapter 1's. It really helps with the overall theming of this being, you know, one last fun adventure. You don't want to get caught before the sun goes down and all that. I think it works super well. We get the callback to the Field of Hopes and Dreams, like, you know, name showing up on the screen a bit with Garden of Hopes and Dreams, which is such an incredible song. And then we see the graphics like change over to the look for this chapter. It's just incredible. It's such a stellar opening, and the start is just really fun. We start to see like the auto running segments, which start off as more of a fun way to interact with the environment and do some light puzzles there. But then we eventually get to the bit where we meet and fight Aqua, and spoiling the flower ranking that's gonna happen later in the video, she's the best one. She is awesome. I love Aqua so much. What a character. Just immediately endearing. But we fight her, and then we get the petal feather, and the game becomes a side-scroller. We get platformer Deltarune. This is the best chapter. It was made for me specifically. I cannot stress enough how hard this hit for me. It just did everything I could have possibly wanted. I don't know how it happened, but I'm happy it did. I adore this chapter so much. And it's not just like a platformer. It's like really good. It's super fun. It feels great. The world design is really, really good. I can't believe it. And this chapter still like expands on the climbing mechanics introduced in chapter 4. This game is becoming like so mechanically, like, I guess dense maybe, but it's good. There's so much going on, and I really like it. I really like the direction this game is going, gameplay-wise. There is so much variety and so much fun in that variety. It's just so good. Then the cliffs are just visually stunning, still super fun. And it kind of goes without saying, of course, it's a Toby Fox game, but the music is incredible. I'm mostly just saying that because we heard an early version of Sunset of Seven Suns a little bit before the chapter launched, but hearing the final version, it's just so good. Then we get to the shop where we finally hear Shop 3 play in game, outside of like the piano arrangement that Chris can play in Chapter 4. The art in the shop is really good. We get our first glimpse at the secret boss, or super boss. It's probably the more fitting term because the knight isn't a secret, but whatever. You get it. You get what the term means. And the method to get to the boss with the key and the pink coins, which are probably my favorite method of unlocking a super boss so far. I do really like the mantle games in Chapter 3, but also those technically aren't required. You can beat the knight without the mantle. And also I do kind of just suck at 2D Zelda, so... So I do think I would say I prefer the hunt for the pink coins overall. It's a really nice, really fun game-wide thing. And there are more than what you need to actually get the key, which is cool. And also the extras you get are still useful, but we'll get to that. Then we get to the Flower Castle and we're thrown out. And it's a really good moment. And we also get that really, really cool shot of Asgore like standing in the doorway where like half of him is obscured in the darkness and you see him with the armor on, but the half that isn't obscured is in his normal clothes. That's really good. And also I didn't notice it. I had to have that pointed out to me by my friend Sapphire in Twitch chat. There were a lot of small visual details I didn't pick up on this chapter, which is interesting. Although this one isn't as like major and important as the Chris thing. This one is just really cool. Then after our obligatory jail scene, which is, you know, fun, also more Aqua content, which is always appreciated. We're set free into the Flower Castle, which is such a good, like, pretty, like, fairly non-linear dungeon. I don't know, it's two separate paths. You can take them on in either order, or you can take either one on first. You get it. But that's really cool. I really liked the dungeon. It was good. Lots of fun puzzles. There was one that I really struggled on for a pink coin. And that was mostly my fault. I really was not paying much attention. I was streaming for 14 hours that day. So maybe I'm not entirely to blame, maybe, hopefully, shrugs. But there's the second diner, although I guess there's a third diner that's referred to as a second diner. So the one from earlier is Diner Zero, maybe? I don't know. But we get like some really fun like dialogue opportunities with the flowers there, which is really nice, because of the whole we're not gonna see them in Castletown thing. So it's made up for by all of the interactions through the diner stuff. We also get tiny Starwalker there. Oh shit, I forgot to mention the tropical Starwalker. Oh man, he's pissed off. I didn't mention the tropical Starwalker, and now he's pissed off. No. But speaking of the tiny Starwalker that is tied to Orange, who we do meet on the same path that we go to the diner in. So, Orange, fun character. Definitely saw the bit coming. Like, oh, you know, she's calling us small and hyping herself up. She's gonna be the smallest one, and then she shows up and she's a mouse. It's good. It's really good. I quite enjoy orange. And she's matched up with green, who's incredible. I love green. I don't think I've seen anyone who hates green. Green is great. We love green in this house. And then on this path, we also get the scene that pushes trans Ralsei from being a more like subtextual, slightly more meta reading of the story to just straight up what is being said in the text. We get that really sweet moment between Ralsei and Flowery where some of that rivalry is brought down a notch for a more real conversation, and I think it's really nice. And then there's the whole, you know, pink and blue drink ticket, and being called princess, and and the pronouns in like the power menu screen changing from he him to they them. So you know, one step closer to the like at this point it is completely obvious that Ralsei being trans is like being explicitly written into the story, and isn't just a subtextual thing, and I think that's great. Then we've got yellow and blue. We see yellow earlier, technically, in the first diner, Diner Zero, I guess. And the reaction from me was just stunned silence, because what do you mean Woody theory was partially real? And there is a cowboy character visually inspired by Woody. Okay. We get the relationship between yellow and blue, which is really cool. It's a good pairing. I really like those two. And then this segment just has a lot of really good visual gags, like the way that punishes you, parentheses, bad way. And then like the talk sprites with Susie and Ralsei. The talk sprites in general this chapter are so good. They are so funny, like so expressive, and it's good. It's just really good. Then the fight with blue and yellow being like a trial where you use evidence you collected was really fun. The fights with the flowers in general are really cool. I really like the way Aqua and Seth's personalities clash. I like I like how green feeds orange to get her powerful enough to attack us. And then I like how blue and yellow are gay. Then we've got our super boss, who is simultaneously the most choreographed and least expected one. There are so many hints. The hacker has like this weird, almost like incomprehensible hint about doing an obby for a cat girl. That comes back for for the secret boss being pink. She's Mew Mew, and also a pink and yellow cat girl who historians will say had a friend inside her. Unfortunately, I don't love the fight as much as I love the character and the music, and the fact that the music has vocals, and the vocals are Hatsune Miku. This chapter was made for me specifically. My main issue with the fight is simply the bomb grid attack. The difficulty curve on that is basically non-existent. It is just always going from the start, and it's just very hard to read. And it's a shame because, like, that attack aside, the fight is really, really good. It uses the purple soul, which is really nice to see. But if that attack is nerfed, this fight will be incredible. But right now, it's really holding it back. I really like the dating sim aspect of it. I think that's really fun. And also intra-system T for T cat girl Yuri. This is the best chapter. There's also the really interesting parallels between the body and ghost that make up Pink and us and Chris, which, you know, is nice. I like when there are themes in parallels in stories. That's good. Did anyone know about this? It's nice to know that Pink is probably gonna be in Castletown in the future, because, like, she isn't actually a flower, she's a lightener and just a normal object darkener. So there's not the worry of the flower dying due to lack of proper care while in the Dark World. But it does still sting a bit, because, like, we're not gonna see Pink and Orange interact anymore, which is sad. But you can go back to the shop and see them sitting together, like, one last time, which is really, really nice. I really enjoyed that moment. It was cute. It was bittersweet. I enjoy when things are bittersweet. Then there's the room that opens up after the boss fight where you can get the, like, flower equipment with your leftover pink coins, which I think is really nice. It still incentivizes going out and getting all of them without locking the super boss behind getting all of them, but you still have a reason to do so, because the equipment is, like, more gimmicky and really, really interesting. I went with the Green Apron, Seth Specs, and Yellow Hat, because, like, those are the most gimmicky ones, with, like, the healing when defending, the increased invulnerability time, and then the better spell effectiveness. Those just seemed better to me over the what's it called? The more just, like, combat focused ones. Maybe not combat focused ones, but, like, I don't know, I don't really use Pacify. And then, like, Scythemare is like, also, like, I don't put enemies to sleep, really. I just do normal mercy stuff, so those don't really apply to me. And then Aqua's Knife is just for combat, which doesn't appeal to me, really. But once you pick your 3, you also get the Flowery Scarf, which is super interesting to me because it's the most powerful weapon, just, like, in general, and for Ralsei. But she's not putting that shit on. Which I think that entire rivalry is just such an interesting thing to me, and easily one of my favorite parts of this chapter when it comes to just, like, the plot and the writing. Speaking of that rivalry, it's time to talk about the Flowery boss fight, which is incredible. We get a new soul mode, not like a new one that was in Undertale, but new to Deltarune. New soul mode. We get to use the orange soul, like, for gameplay, and it's really fun. It's got, like, a dash movement mechanic. It's really cool. And I said it earlier, Flower Man fucking rips. I cannot get that song out of my head. This fucking flower has poisoned my vocabulary and has engraved his song into my mind. I hate Flowery. I love him. I hate Flowery. The fight's really, really fun, though. And then we get that segment at the end with Omega Flowery, and it's an auto runner. And it's so cool. It's just so cool. It's hype moments in Aura, but sometimes hype moments in Aura hits. When it's earned, I have no issue with hype moments in Aura. We get some super interesting characterization with Asgore, where we find out his obsession with, you know, whatever happened, whatever made him lose his placement in the police and, like, kind of ruined his relationships, was, like, mostly a self-inflicted thing, where, like, he was trying to prove he's not in the blame for something he was never blamed with. I think that's super interesting. I I really, really like the direction they went with Asgore. And the people are joking about him being like the Vague Post King instead of the Flower King, you know? I think it's kind of funny, but I don't know. I feel like it's widely accepted that the incident is whatever got Des to disappear. I feel like it doesn't need to be explicitly stated. You know, he doesn't need to go, oh, when there was a friend inside me. I don't know, you know. When Gaster winged his dig. Whatever. That moment where the fountain is sealed and the Dark World is still up, and it settles in that that something fucked is about to happen. And then something fucked happens and the night shows up. Oh man, and we get more hype moments in Aura. we Flowery like does really like I hate him, but I love him. Like he really like redeems himself at the end here, where like I don't know, most of his issue was he was trying too hard to to make this one last fun adventure, I suppose, you know. Even Asgore brings it up, like, he's, like, by the end, he all but says, holy shit, is this how I've been acting? It's, it's really interesting. There's also the aspect that because the reason we fight in the first place is because of the, like, clashing ideologies of, you know, either Castletown stays, and that's the Dark Fountain that remains, or this one remains, and he's, like, Flowery is just fighting, you know, for his world, for, like, the consciousness of the flowers. I saw it brought up that makes it more or less kill or be killed for Flowery, which I think is a really interesting parallel. And also, like, something I didn't really think to put together, but, like, no, that is a totally apt way to, like, phrase the entire dilemma, and I think it's really interesting. The fight with Flowery in the night obviously doesn't end up well for Flowery. We see that the night is still strong, unsurprisingly, and they have the meta-knowledge to negate Flowery's fake stats, so he's kind of just fucked, but he tries his best, and I think the fact that it ends with Ralsei, like, being the one to mourn him, I think is really interesting, because, like, that rivalry had kind of been softening up until that point, but, like, there, it's like, oh no. it kind of maybe didn't have to go this way, but also it kind of did, and the whole thing's fucked. One last fun adventure before the sun sets, and oh no, the sunset. You know, we get out of there, and it's nighttime. We get another shelter code. Interestingly enough, it is the release date of Undertale, but it is 1990 something. Right now I'm thinking that that's probably Asriel's birth date, because it's with Asgore. The time would match up if, you know, this is a not modern, but, or not contemporary, but still very modern setting. So, like, you know, mid to late 2010s. I think, you know, Asriel being born in the 90s and then, you know, being in college, I think that works timeline-wise. And I think that would be a code that Asgore would have, you know? Then Susie asks us to walk her home, and we go to Castletown. We have that moment where, like, it really sets in. Like, this can't be fun adventures anymore. This is a serious thing. We need more people to help us, and, like, the only person that can really be asked to help at this point is Noelle. And there's the time for that to set in, and then we get the final line of the chapter where Susie thanks Chris for walking her home. And I sobbed. I cried. That line specifically really, really hit me. And the credit sequence is beautiful. The arrangement of it says Scarlet Forest in the OST, but it's more Field of Hopes and Dreams than anything. But whatever. That arrangement is beautiful, and the visual of everyone in Castletown preparing for Noelle's arrival is really good. And then, ending with Ralsei, setting down a piece of cake for Susie. It's sort of mirroring the end of Undertale. Man, what a chapter. I am so I am both excited for the next two, but also so worried now that we're moving into the third act and we're done with the fun adventures. It's serious now. Like, this is oh no. So flower ranking on screen right now. Aqua's the best one. I think I said Seth's name once. And it was talking about their item. No, I also talked about the dynamic in fights. But I don't... they're fine. They suffice. They do their job as a character. But that's kind of it. Now, the overall chapter ranking. Chapter 5's the best one. Like, far and away, for me. I love everything about this chapter. It really does just really fully appeal to me specifically. So I just adore it. And my opinion on chapter 4 hasn't changed too much. It still feels like the most actively flawed chapter when playing through it, but it's also just hard for me to really explain why. It just feels weird to me. I don't know. I still really like it. I just think it's my least favorite. Final boss ranking. Giga Queen is still incredible to me. Its Punch Out, I'm sorry. I don't think it's going anywhere. And then King, it's fine. It's a good fight. It's a really good fight. But it is also just the most basic one out of these, so I don't know. It kind of just has to be in last for me. Super boss ranking. Gerson is still really, really fun, and I love all the story stuff with Gerson and Susie. It is easily my favorite part of chapter 4, and what really solidified Susie as my favorite character. So yeah, I love that fight. It's hard to pick a least favorite, because I do really love all of these bosses. It comes down between Pink and Spamton Neo. They kind of have the two opposite ends of one issue, where I think Pink is kind of unbalanced, and I think that really messes with the difficulty curve and therefore the feel of the whole fight. And then Spamton Neo is kind of just the easiest one, and I don't really have an issue with that implicitly, because, like, yeah, he's the second chapter super boss. He's not gonna be the most difficult thing in the world, you know. But overall, I think I am gonna give my least favorite to him. Oh no, this might change if that bomb grid attack is never changed with Pink. I would do song rankings here, but first of all, I just did a bunch of rankings in a row, so it'd be good for a break. And also, I would need to talk about Weird Root stuff first, so I'm gonna do that. The entire Weird Route, or I guess Side B, now that that's being used in the more meta talk of it within the game itself, has been really good at being just unsettling and terrifying. And starting this one off basically fighting Chris to get them out of bed, and them just not giving you any flavor text for anything. It's so good. I hate it, but it's so good. It's just, I can't. I cannot. It's I don't know even I don't even know what to say. It's just terrifying. Going out with it already being late in the day and trying to make anything of it with Susie, despite knowing something awful is about to happen. Like, really, it just really sets in how bad this is. There is some dialogue I missed during my stream. There's a lot of stuff where, like, Susie and Noelle, like, still did stuff at the festival, and, like, it was obvious that Noelle was planning something, like, being more bold in, like, her moves with Susie, and then just giving her a ton of money, or attempting to give her a ton of money. Like, damn. Then eventually you get to the lake, and it happens. This thing that has been built up over the past year, where we were asked, when will she smile? And then, where will it take place? And it's here at the lake. We get this hauntingly wonderful scene where Noelle is just kind of losing it. Like, she goes into this monologue that really shows a side of her character we haven't gotten to see yet. And it's only been brought out because of the actions of Side B so far, and it is the most unhealthy way these thoughts could have been brought out. And then, like, her basically, like, even if you tell her not to proceed, she will force you to. She will drag you into the lake with her, drag Chris into the lake with her. You have destroyed everything for both of these characters, both of these people, and you can keep proceeding, and then it just cuts to, like, a CRT screen telling you to insert chapter 7, side B. So side B is skipping a chapter, which is wild. But with all of the, like, parallels to suicide here, in the fact that it just happens on screen, basically, I played this chapter the day it came out. I was streaming it all day, from the moment it came out up until late at night. And it was exactly what I needed to play that day. A lot of moments hit particularly hard for me on that day. A lot of it in good ways, and some in unfortunate ways, like everything with Side B and Noelle. That day was really good, and I'm happy it turned out the way it did. I had so much fun on that stream with everyone who showed up. But if you were there for that stream, or you watched the VODs, you'll know that at the end, I just break down sobbing for a good couple of minutes. And all of this is to say, the day before, I had planned on committing suicide that day. So the plan for that day was to stream for all of it, and, you know, have have one last fun adventure before the sun went down. And I think that is part of why this chapter as a whole hit for me. And now looking back after the fact at the weird route, I don't know, it's hard to put my thoughts on it into words, but I can't help but see a bit of myself there and see how much this chapter, like, really reflecting a lot of my tastes, and just a lot of what was going on with me mentally, with side B. I don't know. It's probably obvious, but I failed. I'm still here. But that day still meant a lot to me, and this chapter still means a lot to me, and as unfortunate as seeing myself inside B feels, there's something about it that feels kind of nice. I don't know how to phrase that in a way that doesn't sound super concerning. I don't know. It's a little difficult to get this video back on track after that. So top 5 tracks. Here you go. Flower Man is easily my favorite track from this chapter. It's just so good. And Weird _ monologue is the song that plays during Noelle's monologue in the Weird Route. That's why I needed to save this save this ranking for after the Weird Route discussion. A little sad that there's not an official name that isn't Weird _ monologue to refer to that song with, but also I totally get why the side B tracks aren't in the OST, because the whole thing with side B is that it's kind of a secret thing. It kind of feels like a playground rumor to an extent. So it does make sense. Final boss theme ranking. Again, Flower Man just fucks hard. It's gonna win again. And then Guardian, it's good. I like that bit with the guitar. You know the bit. I don't know. It's Guardian. It's there. Then Super Boss theme ranking. Holy shit, Hatsune Miku is in Deltarune. What do you mean Hatsune Miku is in Deltarune? And then Black Knife is good for what it is. It really does help the night feel like this ominous, imposing, unstoppable presence. But I feel like that is also what kind of holds it back as like a truly great song. It is a great song for what it is, but not as catchy as the other Super Boss themes are. And I think that's it. This video is probably going to end up longer than I expected. But I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed sitting down to just talk for a while. See you all for chapter 6, I suppose.